Hey all, test, hello? Ah, there we are. Looks like we're good. Okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Alright, we got a game. I gotta set on stream announcements and stuff, but I'm being slow here. Fourth seat, a decent table. Unfortunately, the best card is Childless. Childless in fourth seat's iffy, but I'm gonna go for it. Straw Thatch Drift off a bunch of Childless grain could be kind of fun if game goes really well. But a lot of these miners are good. So I might get Straw Thatch Drift back, and if I don't, I think that also says something about the game. So I'm tempted to just do something like Butter Churn. I'm always a fan of Butter Churn. Clay Supply is always fine. This is tricky. I think I'm just going to go Butter Churn. I'm a big fan of Butter Churn. Although Butter Churn's better for animals, and with Childless, I might not be doing animal things. Meh, I'm still going to take it. I don't know for sure if that's correct, but there was a lot of awkwardness potential there. None of these cards are particularly good, except, wow, Swing Plow's incredible, actually. Sorry, I lied. Swing Plow's great. Super good card. I guess Carpenter's acceptable. Carpenter means that Childless is still playable more often than it otherwise could be. Like, it helps make round 3 Childless more likely to work, and it gets us towards Swing Plow a bit faster. So, that's okay. It's not great, but... Okay. Stream announcements. Okay. Yeah. The overall rankings are nuts. The end of this season is wild. Getting to be even like top 10 is hard enough. And this game is not... It's not ideal, although this looks like a reasonably strong table. This guy hasn't played a lot, but rated pretty well. Like, interesting that he has... I don't know, plays a lot of games reasonably well and doesn't play them a ton, so that's not the usual profile. Paul's obviously very good. Easily could lose to him. And then this player only played Agricola on BJ, but it's pretty good. So admittedly, everybody at this table is pretty good, which is at least that means that there shouldn't be crazy start player actions and stuff, and I hopefully won't get too screwed. But also, if Thumb Run just runs out of time, I honestly am happy to boot. I know it's sad, but God, I don't really want to be fourth seat. Also, I just don't want to be in a slow game today. So if Thumb Run can't respect the timer in the draft, I don't want to play the whole game. But they're doing fine. House Steward is not a card that we want to play, but it does make Swing Plow and Childless easier to work with. Like, it continues to give us better chances at hitting it all. So, I think it's got to be that. And then, I'm a big fan of just free feed pellets as a miner. It's very good. I think Recycled Brick could be reasonably good, but there's no comparison to just give me a free sheep. Also, with this Childless and Swing Plow, I might be able to sow a ton of crops, and so it's actually very conceivable to use the feed pellets effect of turning a vegetable into like an extra cow or something. Like, I think the feed pellets effect can be slept on sometimes, but is quite good in certain situations. And this could be one of those situations where I get like lots of fields, but I do fencing late, and if I can only grab like a single cow in round 12, in that round 13 harvest, getting to turn a vegetable into another cow so you can breed up to, 3 cow points. Like, it's essentially turning a veg into 2 points, and then if I can just resow anyhow, like, there's a lot of potential there. Wow, a 4th pick clay supports, a 4th pick wood expert. Wowzers. This was a good pack. Clay supports makes House Steward way easier to hit. Also, if I actually get that Straw Thatched Roof on the wheel, yikes. Um, but gosh, it's hard to know what to do here. The wood expert certainly makes the swing plow a little bit easier, makes the clay supports easier, but you got to have a lot of food. But childless potentially gives me a lot of food. I'm also, God, I obviously love Animal Dealer with a hearth, but I don't think that's, I actually don't think that's the game here. But I'm also a huge fan of Milk Jug. I also think Milk Jug's incredibly tempting, but it's probably got to be clay supports with a house steward already seen. I mean, it means that our carpenter dies, but who cares? That's fine. Well, or God, is carpenter house steward just slicker here? Actually, if I'm gonna potentially play them early anyhow to make swing plow happen, I guess I could always possibly just play wood expert. God, I don't know. Passing clay support seems crazy. I mean, playing house steward is also a bit crazy. I don't really want to play house steward necessarily, but I might have to. House steward also makes, yeah, it just makes the swing plow timing so beautiful. Potentially. I might not even get Aachen round one necessarily though either. God, I'm so tempted by Milk Jug though. I just love how easy Milk Jug makes food later, but I guess I only need that much food if I grow aggressively. Childless potentially gives me a ton of food. It's just so hard to know what way this game breaks. If I'm going to care about having more food or if I'm going to care about having cheap rooms. Am I actually playing House Steward? Even if I play House Steward, am I going to win House Steward on clay supports? Why are people passing clay supports till fourth? Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I probably just gotta take Wood Expert, but I'm not even sure I actually have the food to make Wood Expert great. But it's probably just supposed to be Wood Expert clay supports here. But God, I really hate. I really kind of want the Milk Jug. I may regret this, but it's almost got to be the right pick. I do get Straw Thatched Roof back, and Straw Thatched Roof with this Swing Plow Childless stuff is totally achievable. God, and I also get a Bricklayer pass to me off the clay supports. Wow, do we drop Childless? This is crazy, but dropping Childless in this hand actually might be okay. Like, it depends on how the game goes. If I can pull round 3 Childless easy enough, I go for it. But if I'm getting blocked on round 3 Childless, I have Bricklayer clay supports in a House Steward game. Like, what? It can't be that wrong just to play Wood Expert, House Steward, Bricklayer. In which case, God, do I not take Straw Thatched Roof because Granary is just better and I just give up? God, Granary might be better. Yikes. I'm also unfortunately gonna have to go to the bathroom quick. Um, God, drop in Childless is looking pretty decent. Wood Expert Granary is fine too. Bricklayer Granary is fine. I think I don't really need that much read discount with this hand anyhow. Like if I do Childless and then I'm doing clay supports rooms, I only need a little read anyhow. This is not that much read, so I think this is better. I'll be right back. Okay. Obviously, sorry, I had to step away and do some moves from the phone. I agree. Both Junk Room and Farm Store is really good with like Wood Expert Bricklayer, but I think I needed the food slightly more for Junk Room. I think they're slightly more likely this works well. Anyhow, unfortunately, we have re-upping SP with Reed-Headed Toad plus Water Worker. This is so much Reed injection. It's crazy. Anyhow, I think at this point I'm just playing Childless. Probably without Ock help, so that's a bit unfortunate. But I think this has to just be single Reed. I mean, there is 2 Clay, but I think I'm going back to just playing Childless this game for a bunch of food, and then I could do the Clay supports rooms later. Childless is very good. The Bricklayer Clay support stuff is very good. Like, we'll remain flexible. This is the annoying part about being 4th seat, especially when 1st seat's going to re-up. I honestly don't really get playing Water Worker. I don't really get playing Water Worker and Reed-Headed Toad. I don't think Reed-Headed Toad's a very good move if you're already setting up Seasonal Worker, Water Worker stuff. If they first picked a Loam Pit, I'm a little scared, but I don't remember passing other Day Laborer cards. So, or did I pass a Loam Pit in this draft? I don't think I ever passed a Loam Pit. Unless it was in the Swing Plow pack. I mean, I would have definitely grabbed Swing Plow, but yeah, I don't know. Getting Reedstone Food here next would be incredible. Reedstone Food into 2 wood is far preferred compared to 3 wood, 1. Wow, we get a Constable also. Constable game plus House Steward stuff, okay. I mean, Swing Plow helps make Constable. Of course, we don't get Reedstone Food. That's a bummer. Gotta just keep the Childless dream alive at the moment. But, God, we might not even get Ock next round, by the way. The Ock pressure looks high. I mean, we'll see if anybody start players for us, but not a great start in 4th seat, but not awful. If we get 1 Reed into Ock into Childless room, like, we're okay. Although Paul could just beat us to a room is the other obnoxious thing, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, Paul could get Reedstone Food next round and then force us to do stuff. Although Paul also gets 4 Clay here. Like, this is a nuts start. I'm like, so... Again, a lot of the times I don't care about being what seat I am, but this is a game where 4th seat sucks. I'm just staying 4th seat, and it's obvious to everybody what I want. Paul almost certainly gets Reedstone Food, so I'm gonna have to try and pray to God I can like build into Ock, which like probably doesn't happen. So it's probably gonna be a round 4 Childless. On top of I gave up the Carpenter, I gave up the Bricklayer, I gave up like it's just very annoying. Very annoying. Very not fair isn't quite the word, but it's not what I wanted, but whatever. It's going to be okay. It's just not ideal. Just not ideal. It is late sheep, so that means the extra food could be helpful here, although this guy's adding tons of food to the game, so by day laboring a bunch. This Porter... Wow, this Porter passed on 4 Clay last round. Interesting. Paul does take Reedstone Food. Expected, but kind of miserable. Although nobody's Ocking, so like there's a chance we get Ock back here. But we gotta go for the room, even though everybody now knows we have Childless, so they can block our Childless. But whatever. Oh, Farmyard Arrangement. Is this fine? Yeah, this is fine. Realistically, I'm probably aiming for 6 fields, 2 Clay rooms, and 4 stuff. God, no. Red, don't Ock. For fuck's sake, Red. God, I'm so screwed. I mean, I'm gonna get Ock blocked. I'm gonna get Ock blocked. F 4th seat. F everything. Like, this game's so annoying sometimes. Yeah, I mean, Paul's gonna block me. He has a wooden hut extender, too. God damn. Oh, at least I get 3 food. At least I'm 2nd seat now. I definitely get Childless next round. Wow, Potter Ceramics. Yikes. Wow, Potter Ceramics didn't take the 4 Clay plus a Clay? I guess they took Reedstone Food because they needed that worse. Oh well, whatever. Round 4 Childless can still be pretty good, especially if it's late growth. But just annoying. Just annoying. Not a dream start. Not what I would have wanted, but it's okay. It's okay. Gonna play our childless. Um, God, taking 4 wood here is also like very tempting. Like I would like to just take 4 wood and then hope to get childless back, but it's probably too much risk. Although, is it too much risk? Paul does like these guys are not fed, and this player like nobody can play Ox here actually. Let's rethink this. Everybody knows we have childless, but we get childless back here a good amount of the time, even if I have to pay a food for it. And then I just get. Do I want 4 wood though, actually, or do I just want Ock back? I might just want Ock back, right? I really actually kind of want to play Ox in order to hit swing plow. Yeah, yeah. Let's just make sure we free Ock childless. And honestly, if we get Ock back, that's fine. I can play Bricklayer and then play Wood Expert. I think I'm just playing Bricklayer and Wood Expert. I don't think I'm actually playing House Steward. With Paul having a wooden hut extender and everybody passing clay supports, I'm worried that there's too much rooms. Also, this guy took 4 wood. What's he gonna do to feed? What in tarnation? Is he just gonna day labor? Oh, he's hoping that somebody charcoal burns, then he day labors. Okay. I mean, that might work, but there are clay stacks here, but I really don't need clay. Like, eventually I need clay, but I currently don't have a big need for a clay pile. I think I should try to get more occupations out so I can play swing plow faster. Bricklayer lets me play junk room, and then yeah, wood expert will let me play swing plow. And then I just don't play house steward, and I don't need stable master. Yeah, let's do that. This is fine. This is fine. We're hoping for late growth. Late growth is way preferred here. We have lots of efficiencies in late growth that other players don't have, so almost has to be good for us. Paul can start player into a big wood pile. I'm not even sure that's good. Paul also can just take 4 clay. He could just take hearth. I mean, Paul's in a very flexible, good position. I'm jealous. I'm jealous. But I mean, my position's still pretty good. As much as I'm mad at it, it's fine. It's just not what I wanted, but it's fine. It does look like Red's gonna have to raw eat grain, so that's cool. Paul is gonna start player into the wood pile. Interesting. I mean, this is a pretty good move. Oh, and he has a bookcase. That's also pretty damn good. I mean, I kind of knew this was a strong draft, right? I got 4th pick wood expert clay supports. Like, there was obviously cards in this draft, but I also passed a roof baluster, which I hope didn't make its way to Paul. Should be in the Red's hand, but who knows for sure. Stone flips, that's pretty good for us. Stone flipping makes us a little happier too about the fact that we it makes me a little happier about the fact that I was kind of forced to do Ox stuff early. Or to do childless stuff early. I take 5 clay here. I eventually need to take clay. I eventually need some way to feed it. It probably does just have to be a hearth, actually. Yeah, I probably do need to build a hearth the more I'm thinking about this. Because my food is not great. I probably should be taking more veggies because I have the granary. I mean, I also have small greenhouse, but small greenhouse probably isn't coming in time. I mean, granary is probably not really coming in time. I'm not going to squat start player here. Although, I mean, I have enough things to start with, but I'm probably not fighting particularly hard. I'm going to hope, that purple's just going to fight hard. And as long as purple grows first, I can just grow second, and I continue to hope for late growth is the best, but getting more crops and more food at the moment's good. But yeah, I should have built hearth, or I want to build hearth. I mean, Paul's going to build hearth right now, but I'm going to build the other hearth, even though it's going to cost, well, it only cost me 4 clay because bricklayer, but I will build another hearth. I think it's worth it for me. It means I'll have to take another clay action. So can I get away with fireplace? No, probably not. I'm probably gonna hearth, and I'm probably just gonna take more veggies, and then I eventually can play granary. But I should have been taking veggies with childless here. Probably, but that's fine. I'm gonna play wood expert as my next action, assuming I'm allowed to. Purple is gonna defend start. That's what we. Wow, that's an SP nada. Well, that's good news for us. That's purple throwing away a lot of value this game, and yeah. Wood expert so that we can play swing plow. Swing plow would still be very good. Honestly, growth flipping here maybe is best for me. If growth flips, it means I start player swing plow. Oh, it is late growth though. Okay, that's fine. Late growth is pretty nice. I'm not sure when I'm sowing these crops now. I was originally trying to figure out how to sow at the end of this round, but I'm probably not able to. Unless I get to start player here. If purple's one of the players that's not going to defend start here and just hand me first growth, oh my god, team. Okay, all my complaints are gone. All my complaints are gone. Oh, can I actually do this though? Wait a sec. I don't have enough food to get through my dream here. I'd love to play swing plow, grow, sow, but I actually can't do that. About to go to sleep. Hey, Chris O. We just got gifted first grow by a player that's playing poorly. This game didn't break great, but yeah, Junk Room probably should go first here. I probably can't actually sow here at the end of stage 2. And that's fine. Can I fix my display? What's wrong with my display? Oh, I don't have all the other players' farms. Whoops. Yeah, I absolutely can fix that. Sorry. I have it. Yeah, nobody mentioned that, but you're right. Nobody can see what other people are up to. Thanks. Sorry about that. Yeah, I probably should just play Junk Room. Just play Junk Room. And then we're just aiming for a sow at the end of round 9. And that's fine. Sowing at the end of round 9 is going to be beautiful. Is Junk Room actually worth enough here? I guess it gives me some food. Yeah, maybe it means that I don't even have to take a food action. I'm not paying a food for a wood. That's not important here. Yeah, I don't have the 4 farms out. Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Sorry. That was for when I was playing otherwise. Wow, Carpenter's Parlor for red. Okay, Carpenter's Parlor for red makes some sense. That's why red not building though is like a mistake. Paul's getting second growth. Paul builds 1 room here. Like, Paul definitely does not build 2 rooms. Because if red tries the start build, Paul could just build another room next round. Like, regardless, this is great. Honestly, late growth is great for me. All these other players like are doing these crazy room things. I have crazy efficiency from swing plow. I can just do clay support shenanigans late in the game for cheap rooms. Wow, Paul does double build. I think this double build's pretty bad because red absolutely will probably try the start build next round, and being able to defend against that would have been good. I can't build hearth here, though. That's annoying. I would have liked to hearth. Otherwise, I would have liked Reedstone Food to renovate. What the hell is Purple up to with Reedstone Food? Purple also wants to renovate, probably. Huh. Okay, well, this is where I wish I had the swing plow down, because I could be plowing. But I can't plow, so I guess this is just 3 wood. Or do I need to take 3 food? No, I don't need 3 food. Well, actually, I do need a food action. If I'm gonna wood expert swing plow, which I probably should, I probably need to take just a little food here. A little food's probably gonna go a decent ways for me. Yeah, I'm gonna take just 3 food. It's underwhelming, but it kind of needs to happen. Not being able to take a hearth here and threaten Paul's sheep are annoying. Nobody threatening Paul's sheep is rough. So I'm sad about that. I would really like to have built the hearth there, but oh well, I couldn't. Oh, I guess maybe I didn't need food there, though. Because of Junk Room, the hearth next round comes with a food, although I might not even get hearth next round. I don't, whatever. This is fine. It's not ideal, but it's fine. It's fine. Paul might just have to take the sheep here anyhow. I guess Paul has bookcase. He could awk, but... Yeah, Childless gave a food, but the problem is I'm losing a food because of swing plow. So then I was hungry without taking a food action. I was at 3 food. I get fourth food childless, fifth food junk room, but I'm paying a food for wood experty in the swing plow. I guess I didn't have to do that, but I think I'm supposed to. Wow, bean counter from Paul. That's gotta be wrong. Just take the sheep, bro. Just take your sheep. I'm gonna take another veg. I can still get another grain off of granary or something at some point, or just I'm sowing early enough. But I think I need the veggies for eating. And then yeah, we get a swing plow out here for sure. I might just plow. Plowing is very high on my list of things to do. I guess building the hearth also is, but like, wow, red doesn't even try for the start build. Okay. Well, congrats, Paul. Red not trying for the start build's wild. Does that mean that I can sneak into the growth queue here? Not that easily. I'm really not in position to sneak into the growth queue, but like, yikes, I want to. Okay, I was gonna consider taking the wood, but purple wisely takes it. My fencing is gonna come very late this game, is what it looks like, but so be it. What do I do? Do I care about 3 stone or do I just plow? 3 stone is not that important to my game, right? I mean, eventually hearth is important, but Paul is gonna take the sheep here. I'd be stunned if he didn't. Nobody else is going to take a hearth on me at the moment. Yeah, I don't know. I'm very tempted just to get one of the plows out of the way so I can get sowing soon. I really think I'm supposed to sow by the end of this stage. There's not much pressure on plowing. But I think I want to take... I think the board is going to look pretty decent next round anyhow. Yeah, I'm going to go with the theory that the board's going to look even better next round, and I'm not necessarily going to want to plow then. I'm not sure this is correct, but I think it's fine. I mean, like, this has to go grow start next round, so I'm getting the first real action next round, whatever's left. And yeah, this has to, like, Paul probably takes the sheep pile here. I think it's wild to just let the, I think it's so greedy if Paul doesn't take the sheep. Like, he doesn't have to. He could, like, he can just eat his veggie and take something else, but... Wow. We're just building 6 rooms. Did we even see House Steward? I'm not sure we did. So, I've never played House Steward, but luckily I don't have to. I don't have to play House Steward. This is fine. I guess this is Roof Baluster. I did pass Roof Baluster, so like Red just wants to have a big house because, wow, and they're gonna build the stables. Well, that really should force Paul to take the sheep, and he does. Yep, it's the right move. It's the right move for sure. Then purple probably just builds the clay oven finally. I mean, they don't need the food at the moment, but I would renovate clay oven or build clay oven. Yep, there it is. Okay, so yeah, I get 4 wood or 4 stone or 3 reed. Lots of good options next round. I probably take 3 reed actually. 3 reed is very good for me because it's my renovation reed plus my 2 rooms. It's for the extra master bricklayer discount. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's a funny thought. Okay. So we see veggie, that's fine. Yeah, okay, so this is a little annoying, right? I need 2 clay to renovate. God, I really don't want to take another clay action this game, but like I also really don't. I really want the hearth, but I can't can't get the hearth. Ugh, wish the cheap hearth was around, but it's not. I'm taking 3 reed here. 3 reed's got to be too good. 3 reed has got to be too good. It's all my rooms. Like, yeah, I'm gonna grow super late because everybody else is building a ton of rooms, but like I should still build 2 crazy cheap rooms. Like, the rooms are way too cheap and they should guarantee me late family growths. And so I'm gonna at least set up to do another build. Plus, it just helps. Yeah, like I don't have a lot of wood, which I mean, I probably should be taking 4 wood. The wood pressure in this game is wild, but I'm gonna take 3 reed. 3 reed opens up Reno plus fireplace. I mean, fireplace is not great, but it might be enough. Wow, purple doesn't start player for growth. What in tarnation? Reedstone food? That's insane. They start player nodded at the start of wow, this is terrible from them. This is terrible from them. This is so good for Paul. How are people messing up growth queue shit? I don't understand, but whatever. I'm gonna take my 3 reed. Red has to start player here. Paul's gonna take the wood pile, and then I guess I'm gonna have to take 3 wood. But this is crazy. This is just crazy shit. 5 stone and a food. Yeah, like look, I agree. How are they taking reedstone food? They must have like a plow driver, right? This has got to be like scholar or plow driver. Like they're gonna renovate, but like just grow. Even SP Nada, you gotta like they SP Nada in round 5 so that they could get growth in 6, and then they just failed to. Like whatever. Paul takes the 4 stone. That's fine. Again, I don't know. The stone was tempting, but I'm taking the 4 wood then if I get it. 4 wood is great here. Really good. I don't love leaving 6 wood here either. That part's actually obnoxious. Leaving 6 wood here is pretty unfortunate, but I think I am gonna wind up leaving 6 wood. I don't think I can afford to take it. Major. Reno Major? What the hell is this purple? Whatever. I'm taking 4 wood. I also could take 6 clay, but what am I going to do with 6 clay? I don't actually need 6 clay. Yeah, I don't need 6 clay. I mean, 6 clay gets me the hearth. That's the upshot. Like, I don't have to take another action for hearth, which is nice. Oh, God, maybe I do take the 6 clay just to take it away from the table, and that way I get my hearth in 1 action, and then I eventually play a granary. Ugh, it's kind of ugly, but I mean, I need the hearth. Can anybody take hearth on me? No, they can't. So next round is Reno hearth and a sow action and one other action. Reno hearth, so I can eat the vegetables then. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna have a lot of extra clay, but meh, whatever. I mean, nothing wrong with 3 reed, 4 wood, 6 clay round, right? I mean, that is part of why I plowed, right? Like this did work out. I did read the board correctly at least, but you're not convinced that I'll get 6 wood. I agree. I might get 6 wood. Purple should take it. Purple absolutely should take this wood pile, but I guess Paul could take the wood pile. Paul might also decide he doesn't care about grow here compared to the wood. I don't know. Paul might not start player. But Paul is going to start to grow, which makes tons of sense. He should. And then purple should take the wood. But if purple doesn't take the wood here, we are flying. I mean, purple's been taking weird actions, but probably not this. Yeah, that's fine. I probably get 4 wood, though, again, so that's something. But, okay, I need the hearth badly. What else do I want this round? Probably just plow and sow. Nobody is going to sow on me. Nobody even can. Well, no, purple literally can't sow bake. Purple's gonna awk. Like, purple's gotta awk. Red has to take food, probably just day labors or something. And then, yeah, it's just Paul's gonna do a bunch of shenanigans. Is anybody able to renovate on me? No. Nobody can take the hearth. Huh. Building seems good. I can't build this round. I can't build. I'm not ready to build yet. Because I need to build the hearth. I need to sow. And I don't want to build. Well, I guess I could build without clay supports. Nah, I'm not going to build without clay supports. That doesn't feel right. I'm probably just going to plow again. Probably just going to plow again. Be done with plowing. Just not have plow pressure. there any way that I get blocked on the other actions I want? I don't think so. I don't think there's any way I'm getting blocked on the other stuff I care about this round. So think it's too easy to get annoyed at yourself for not plowing early enough with swing plow. So let's not get myself annoyed at myself for not swing plowing early enough. Let's just get it out of the way. Let's get the Reno out of the way. Let's get the sow out of the way. And yeah, we'll just be happy with ourselves. Start build is a thing next round. Yeah, I probably could just start build. I agree. I think that's what I'm actually gonna wind up doing. I don't really have a lot of. Well, I want the 4 wood next round, but how bad? I don't know. I probably just start build. Well, purple has to start player next round, right? Purple's supposed to start player, so I probably can't start build. But honestly, I really don't care. I just don't care about growing again. It's late growth. I eventually want to build the rooms just because they're good value, but like, I just don't care. I just don't care about to fight this growth queue. There's too many rooms. There's too many people fighting it, and it's late growth. Like, get our farming done. Like, start getting fences up. Like, all of that has got to be worth it. So, purple has got to Ock here, I have to imagine. This has to be Scholar or Plow Driver. Like, if this is not Scholar or Plow Driver, sliding behind purple seems prudent. Probably. Wow, it's Manservant. Okay, doing this for Manservant is nonsense. You have a Potter Ceramics. Like, I guess you didn't find a way to abuse Potter Ceramics, but, like, this is crazy. Paul literally cannot sow bake on me. Perfect. Perfect. That's what we like. We're going to take our hearth. Bloop. There's our hearth. And then we're going to sow bake. Paul's going to build a well, presumably, which is a good move. Building the well here makes sense. The beans have been counted twice now. Yeah, this is the second bean thing after taking sheep. I'm so baking. And then I'm eating a veg. But we're getting our crops in the ground. Getting our crops in the ground. Boop. Alright. Plus our fields will clear off before the end. I might wind up so baking next stage and just planting another grain veg. Just to keep our food flowing. We'll see. I mean, that's not the greatest way to keep our food going, but it's also not the worst way. Oh, no, you're right. He already did 4. Good call. You're right. Bean counter's at 4. Look at the bean counting. Now, yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that it's going that well. I mean, this game's been nuts. Like, purple letting themselves fall so far behind the queue where they're supposed to be is insane. Like, purple not starting when they're supposed to is the nutsest thing that's happened. But, oh well. I'm taking 4 wood here. Just give me 4 wood. Let me start fencing soon. Like, that's what I care about the most. Fencing soon would be great. We have all late animals, and it's a constable game. Like, you gotta start fencing and holding animals. That's the only way you're gonna win this constable game. Like, I'm probably just gonna fence 10, actually, if I'm allowed to. Like, take 4 wood, 3 wood, fence 10 this round would be great. Totally fine. Fencing soon and trying to get the breeding pairs is a key part of how to get constable. And constable is going to be pretty important to winning this game, I think. Well, especially for me. Like, I'm in such an easy position to hit constable if I could just take... All I need is to get the dumb fences up and then to actually get boar and cows. Because I get a sheep from feed pellets. So, like, that'll happen. So yeah, I would love 3 wood here. 3 wood and then fence 10. While I could fence 12, it should be fence 10 because clay supports requires 2 wood, and I don't know if I want to give up that wood yet. It's really not clear that it's worth giving up that wood for the rooms. Although maybe it is. I could just take 2 wood later, probably. It depends. My action count starts to get funky. Purple might just fence here. Purple fencing here also makes a lot of sense. Wow, but they're not. Okay. Then sign me up for fencing. This is an incredible round of fence. This is Groom from purple. But like I get the first action next round. Like screw trying to grow with it. Give me animal pairs. You like fence 10 small to high house steward? I'm not I don't think tie and house steward is worth it. I've never played house steward. I don't intend to play house steward. I don't think there's much value in playing house steward. It requires another read action and then requires more wood. I'm not gonna fence 10 small. I might just fence 10 though. I might just fence 12 though, and have to take one more wood action for the rooms late. I think that's okay also. Honestly, my rooms are not even that good because the goddamn room queue is not going to clear out forever. Although the upshot is the guy that's going to have open rooms is going to be after me. Although it might encourage him to freaking start player for growth late, which is awful, but I don't need wood for clay supports. Oh, you see. Okay. Yeah. Paul unfortunately does take the boars, which are what I really wanted. Fencing to get the sheep is actually not that valuable. I probably still fence here to just get it out of the way, but fencing for the sheep is like a little underwhelming. Although it's a lot of food. I still need a lot of food. Plus, it still enables butter churn shenanigans eventually too. Yeah, screw it. I'm still fencing for these sheep. That's fine. Plus, it allows me to like take the cow and do feed pellet shenanigans. I think I am just fencing 12, and I'll eventually get the clay rooms out. God, is it okay to take another wood action? It almost has to be worth it to take another wood action. It's 2 extra points of fencing. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. And then, yeah, we just take 4 sheep to open next round. Then I might wheel start player, in which case I can SP a butter churn or just SP clay supports. I have so many miners that are worthwhile playing. That part's also nutty. I could just take a single cow and SP feed pellets also. Like 4 sheep, cow, SP feed pellets, turn a veg into a cow is pretty great. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, so, to be fair, I might not get start player. Keep 1 for BC. I have wood expert. Yeah, wood. I can pay a food for a lot of this stuff and not care. Wood expert means that I really don't need wood for these things. Um, I probably don't get start here. Red probably is going to be the type of player that just start players to lock up their growth, so that part's annoying. But 4 sheep is a lot of value. 4 sheep is so much food and points, and I need all. I actually do like food is pretty good for me. Plus, it cuts food from the table. It cuts points from the rest of the table. Like, so I'm just gonna keep doing my farming shit. Like, keep doing the farming stuff in a constable game and figure it out later. Yeah, red does annoyingly start player. There's no open rooms, red. I know I could build a room, but I promise I'm not trying to build a room. Boo, you don't need to start player. Especially with a clearing spade. You're not using clearing spade. Do farming. Don't be bad. Good, yeah, undo the start. You don't need it. You don't need to start. I'm not going to build a room on you. I really am not building a room on you. I promise you, Red. I don't care about growth. I care about farming. I mean, I'm going to start player and hope to hit family growth without. If I don't hit family growth without, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm going to take a pair of boars at the start of next round. I don't even know. Am I even starting here, by the way? I might just take the cow. I might just take the cow and get my constable life going. Like, there's a lot of value in that. Pottery for Paul. He has recycled brick. That makes a ton of sense. It's fine by me. I don't care about major improvements. I mean, Paul might beat me just because he has more family members and more ceiling, but starting pellets into cow, you think that's more likely to work? I guess starting pellets into boar is still fine too. I could just breed up. I could just breed a crap ton of boars and then just take a cow later. Just build a non-supported room and give up on clay supports. Yeah, that's actually totally true too. You're right, HIKLG. I can just plow sow and max my crops and then just build one room and say screw clay supports at this point. Which actually clay supports does look kind of bad at this point, right? I'm probably not gonna get to 5 family members that easily anyhow. Yeah, actually that's very true too. I totally can do that. Huh, that's pretty good. Shifting cultivation gives me another out too. Yeah, that also is true actually. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I don't really need the clay supports room. It's too many actions at this point. Clay supports just died, and that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Is it feed pellets? Yeah, it's gotta be feed pellets. We could get some extra breeding going. Hey, HIKLJD Kachan, welcome. Yeah, what a weird game. What an annoying game, too, again. Fourth seat, nothing was great early, but late growth makes childless great, even though it got started late. And we're also just doing the best farming in a constable game. So, like, we did get first growth, too, so whatever. You hate to see it when clay supports and bricklayer die. Yeah. I mean, that was the upshot of having childless. Like, my hand was always a little awkward because childless wants late growth, bricklayer clay supports kind of wants fast growth. Like, this hand was awkward. This draft was awkward. Starting fourth was awkward. Um, Red freaking playing a reed hat and toad after water worker was awkward. Hey, we do get the cow. Okay, life is grand. Life is grand, everybody. Get the cow. We get breeding cows. We have breeding cows, breeding sheep. All we need is the boar to hit constable. Admittedly, we're only at 25, so that part's not ideal. We do need to find more points fast, but we're hoping family growth flips. If family growth flips, I think we probably just win the game. Paul has like no wood for fencing, and he doesn't have plows. Like Paul has no farming, and I just gotta believe in a late growth game farming wins, but we'll see. Um, we'll see. This seed trader is pretty aggressive here. I guess there's manservant bookshelf, but like, wow, Paul has a ton of food. Does Paul have a grocer hidden away? That would be crazy. Although no, he took Paul. Oh, it's just a supply boat for a fish or for a grain. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. That's fine. All right, come on, growth. Okay, pay that for a cow, and then eat 2 sheep. Yeah, just eat 2 sheep here because I'd rather be able to plant a bunch of crops again. Do. Eat some sheeps. There we go. Breed some animals. This was glorious. Breeding animals is excellent food efficiency. Our food is very good. Playing butter churn for even more food at a point is fun. It's not that important, but it's fun. Yeah, we hope growth flips. If growth doesn't flip, I might take 2 pigs instead of taking... Well, 2 pigs is not really that important because I can't breed them. Plow sow flips. I probably should just take plow sow. It's also quite good. I eventually need a sow action. God, but maybe just taking 2 pigs away from the table so that nobody has animals. And then I just re-up start. For family growth. Or I just build the room. No, if I build the room, Red might feel compelled to start again. Do I want plow sow? I guess I eventually do want plow sow to fill that space. But I kind of really do want the pigs. Just taking the pigs means I have Constable locked up. I get the points. And everybody else has to scramble like hell to hit Constable. And then I just more likely to wheel SP anyhow. And I eventually just get things figured out. It's gonna be my claim. Do I cook this boar? I just don't see a point in holding boar, right? I should just end this game with 4 sheep, 4 cows, 1 pig. And that's fine. Like, I just use this pig to eat. Oh, I could do a house cow at the moment. You're right. I don't know. I guess I keep things flexible for the moment. I can hold it all at the moment, but it's just got to be 4 cows, 4 sheep, and a pig, though. That's got to be the way to maximize my animal score here. But giving red plow sow is quite nice to them, but I still think red's behind. I guess maybe red's not that behind. I maybe should be a little careful here. Red has big renovations. This is like I know I'm quite confident red has the roof baluster that I passed. At least I think so. Unless God, did they take seasonal worker? Does Paul have a roof baluster still? That'd be crazy. Paul might have a roof baluster still, which would be annoying. Yeah, that'd be annoying. Meh, whatever. Okay. I can just re-up start here for family growth and play granary for a point. Or butter churn. I play butter churn. I'd pay a food for butter churn. I eat a sheep, pay for butter churn. Yeah, may as well. Butter churn makes more sense than granary. Yeah, I just re-up start. I just spam start player at the end here for family growth if I'm allowed to. Like I have nothing better to do. 4 wooden stables. I mean that's decent, but Paul just took 4 wood. I mean Paul needed it. I mean stables do look nice in this position, but yeah, I just don't. I think the wood for stables is very hard. Oh, but I plan to build a room anyhow. Huh. Actually, taking 3 wood to build a stable is reasonable because building a stable does give me 1 more point of animals. Um, so I might take even 2 wood before I build my room. But I'm definitely gonna just start player here. I'm gonna eat the cow because yeah, I have 1 extra cow, so eating the cow is fine. And then we start player a butter churn, which gives us a little extra food. Not that we need it. And then yeah, I probably do take wood on the wheel here. Taking wood before I build room in a stable is quite good. Like it's very good actually. This because the stable does mean that I can breed. I can breed. I can hold an extra point. I can get up to like 3 boar instead, right? I can go for 1 more animal point. So taking a 2 wood action is actually like a 2-point action because it's stables plus animal points. And 2-point actions are good for me because I'm kind of out of 2-point actions, right? That's the unfortunate part about my game. Like I kind of am done here. Like I have a big sow action to do eventually. That's still important. Which I could just sow here rather than take the wood. Maybe I should just sow. But I'm gonna get a sow action. Like none of these players need sowing that bad. Or I'm just gonna re-up start player for another plow for actually plow sow in the final round. Like I don't know. I have fodder planner. Oh my god, I also have fodder planner. Wow. Yeah, I also can't really get blocked on sowing. I mean, or I could just play fodder planner. God, is playing fodder planner better than aiming for anything else? Maybe it is. Huh. Huh. Yeah, fodder planner is also really interested. Gosh, I don't know. I don't know. If I get a stable fodder planner is pretty insane. Yeah, I mean it is a lot of sewing, which is plenty of points and act like food. So it might be worth playing. Yeah, sewing 6 things is pretty good. I mean, the thing is, if I wheel start player next round, I could just plow sow. But if I don't wheel start player, then my round might just be family growth build fodder planner, and that's fine. And then yeah, I always have shifting cultivation to fill in the empty spot. Or I could just stable the empty spot. But nah, I'll probably shifting cultivation it. Or just block plow. I don't know. We'll see. Paul does not have roof baluster because he's taking 4 stone, but that's fine. Fodder does let you plant even if you can't accommodate. You're right. I think you're right. It's not supposed to though. So Two clay from purple. Wow, I'm guessing that's for Potter ceramics, but yikes. I think I'm just taking two wood. I think the stable's quite good. Build rooms and stables. Is anybody else building more rooms? No. Is Paul building another room? Paul maybe built another room. Maybe. But if he does, it's going to be this round, so he can actually start renovating. You think purple is setting up for a big so bake? I agree. I mean, purple definitely wants to do a big so bake, and so that's probably what this clay is for. Um, yeah, two wood still has to be worth it, right? I mean, how is two wood not worth it? Also, to be fair, now that I'm taking two wood, maybe God, the stable is so good. But if I wheel start player here, I could just start player the clay supports and then still build two rooms and guarantee my fifth family member that way. Well, it doesn't even guarantee my fifth family member. That might be a stretch. No, it should guarantee my fifth family member because red should grow. So I could start player into. Well, I don't need plow sow then. God, I don't know. Wow, Paul does have the roof baluster. Wowzers. Red passed the roof baluster. It must have been for a day labor combo, but yikes. Okay, so Paul's getting like reno and stone oven. I don't wait. Paul. Oh, Paul's gonna renovate here. Paul has to renovate here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so Paul. Paul is still definitely my biggest competition. And is a little scary. Oh, purple's doing the so bake now. Cool. Thanks, purple. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, get out of the so queue. Get out of here. Okay, I family growth. And then I just start player because I can, probably, and I don't really have better things to be doing. And then I build a room in a stable. Or I start player clay supports and I just build two rooms anyhow. Paul's going to renovate stone oven. Yep. So Paul does have all the ceiling in the game, but hopefully it's not enough. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, Paul's game's looking pretty good still too, but I would like this growth. Give me the growth. The animals are looking good. Hopefully people actually stuff animals into their things. Purple not fencing yet is crazy. But hopefully everybody else is going to scramble over these animals and Paul's not going to actually get to hold animals. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening. I would like this grow. I need point. I still think I'm only like upper 40s this game probably. Like I I do have like a 4-point sow action at some point, and then I'm breeding one or two more points, and then I have 3 points of constable that's hidden. I have at least a 2-point room, and covering up another space. Yeah, I guess mid 40s is pretty clear for me. Can Paul hit mid 40s? If everything goes right for Paul, maybe. Can red hit mid 40s? Probably not. You count 48? Okay, that's, yeah, I think that's probably about right. Red just takes the plow, so I offered him. Makes sense. Paul probably just has to plow. Purple should, like, take the cows or something, but I start player. Do I start player clay supports and build two rooms? Or, God, it's not really worth clay supports, right? I should just start player, build room and stable, play the granary. Yeah, I should just do that. I should just do that. Right? And then I should just take plow sow. I should just take plow sow. I should make sure nobody else gets plow sow in the final round. I take it. I guess that doesn't guarantee my fifth family member, so maybe that's the mistake. Yeah, I think that's the difference, right? I do want my fifth, but I also want to breed. I mean, that's what's awkward here. Like, giving up the stable in order to build the room is kind of annoying. Like, it's not clear it's that many points. But I guess the other option is I start player. Oh, nope, I can't start player. Paul's going to start player. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. Um, Now I might just build. God, do I? I don't know. I still don't know what I'm doing. Turn rest plow for Paul is annoying. Plow so is big for him now. But I guess Paul's fencing looks horrible, and his animals will never be good. And he shouldn't be able to hit constable, so all of that's good. But it does mean I need to worry about what I'm sowing. So maybe I'm supposed to sow bake here? Sleeping corner for purple. Well, that changes things a little too. That makes it that much more likely I actually. Well, I also can't play clay supports now. Ugh, that's awkward. I guess I can take 3 wood, and I can just build room and stables. I could take 3 wood, build room and stables, and just stable the empty spot. Because I probably get to first action family growth next round. Maybe I just stable the open spot anyhow. Wait a sec. Wait a sec. I don't need a fence stable here, do I? Well, I also always have shifting cultivation. Okay. I think I'm supposed to just sow. I think I'm supposed to get the sow out of the way. Or should I just fodder planter? Wait a sec. I should just fodder planter. I should fodder planter. So I fodder planter and I just build a room and a stable this round. And then next round I family growth. Yeah, I agree. I think I'm aiming for 4 sheep, 4 cows, 3 boars. So stabling outside is fine, right? No, it's not. Stabling inside still matters. Shit. Damn it. Okay. Well, but then, yeah, then I just have to shifting cultivation. I family grow. So I build room and stables. I fodder planter. I family growth, hopefully, because Paul has to plow sow. Purple should not block family growth. Then I have to play shifting cultivation. Stable outside is fine with stable master. Yeah, that's a whole nother action though. I don't have time for that. Okay, I think I just build room and stable here. I think I just get. Well, God, do I even want to do this action right now? Well, I do because fodder planner's better. Yeah, I just want to do this action now. I just want to do it now. It's fine. This is fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this is fine. We're breeding all types. We play fodder planner. We get to sow up our crops, so our crops are a bunch more points. We should just get family growth, and then we just have to fill the empty space, and then we have like 2 actions to do whatever. Those actions might not be very good, to be honest. There might not be a lot that we get to do next round, but we can. I don't know. We can mess with other people's constable then. I don't know. Purple gets the cows on the wheel because red wanted the sheep instead of the cows. Okay, whatever. Whatever. I don't know what's going on, but I do know that we have a fodder planner. Boom. Fodder planner. Do, 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 do. Okay. Yep. This is pretty good still. This is pretty good. Is it good enough? I don't know. I am going to score. I'm hoping to score still 3 points of constable, wiping out the unused spaces 4, the family member is 7, the grain points are up to 10 more, the sheep or the veg points are 12 more points than I currently have. 13, 14 more points than I currently have. Oh, that's that 48 number that we talked about. Okay, well that seems good. That seems good. 48 seems good. We're at 48 as long as I get growth plus shift in cultivation, and I don't even think I have food problems because I have a boar I can eat. I have 2 sheep I can eat. I have food from butter churn coming in, and I think I can eat a vegetable also because of fodder planner. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can eat 1 vegetable here. I sow 2 veggies and a grain, and then I can eat a veg and plant a veg. and sow 2 grain. Yeah, I sow 2 veg and a grain this round. Next round I sow 2 grain and a veg. So that gives me an extra vegetable to work with. So yeah, I think I'm fed already because butter churn is 4 food, 4 food of sheep, 3 food of boar, 3 food of veg. That sounds pretty fed. So yeah, if I'm able to play granary next round, that is that's a point. Someone's gonna take cow. Oh yeah, Doug, cow throws food off to everybody. Fodder Planner is your favorite revised card? That's cool. Fodder Planner is very cool. Fodder Planner is like a really like neat design. Like, and because revised offers more ways to hold animals and like more crops early, it's also yeah just like way more like actually usable, which is cool too. Like, it actually can do some things, which is neat. But anyhow, this is looking like a pretty clean win, right? Like, if I'm getting up to 48, wow, purple still hasn't fenced because red fenced this round. Oh, red's really looking for a plow and then really hoping to hit constable. Am I at all scared of red? No, I'm not scared of red. Red's food sucks also, right? How the hell is red feeding actually? Like, legitimately, how is red feeding here? Is red just starving? Oh, BMW, duh, okay. They're building a basket makers and then they're eating raw crops though? Like, meh, whatever. I'm not... Am I afraid of this? Once you plow, if you hit constable, nah, they're not breaking upper 40s. Paul also not breaking upper 40s, right? I mean, this is a huge plow sow, and it's probably a big red fence. Paul's gonna have a decent game, but like, it's not gonna be enough. Red couldn't even grow? Oh wow, red didn't even grow though. Red still has a grow action. Yeah, okay, red's food's awful. How have people? I don't. People have made a lot of mistakes, but I used to claim that my favorite games were double late growth because other players handled them pretty poorly, and I'm still going to be on board with that. This was double late growth, all late animals, so like it was late growth and still kind of food tight. And yeah, people chose not to do farming. They chose not to really set up their food, and they've made mistakes. And admittedly, purple's made quite a few mistakes. I've definitely benefited from that. Oh, I forgot that I can change a veg into a cow for extra food, but that doesn't actually help here. I shouldn't do that. I should not actually do that, but we do that. We feed our family. We fodder planner. There a way to use game trade on family growth miner? Maybe. I did pass game trade. I think never mind. You're right. They do have game trade. Yeah, I did pass a game trade. That's going to be pretty good for them to hit constable. Okay, am I afraid of red if they hit constable? Yeah, that's actually is kind of scary. You're right. That does bring red's points up a lot. Although red is still so hungry. Red's so hungry, but I don't want to discard that spore. Bloop. I want to do this. There we go. And I definitely would like to sow. I said I need to sow some veggies. Well, no, that'll be the veggie side. Whoops. Yeah, it's not going to let me do that. There we go. Bloop. All right. The old seasonal work on charcoal burner. Yeah. And not building our own ovens. We no, or any way to eat these crops. We just, yeah. We reed had and towed early too because we needed all the reed in the game for reasons. But purple's groom and stuff is like purple played a manger and could have had an awesome manger and instead played groom and now hasn't fenced yet and has crappy animal points. Like, oh, it's so sad. It's so sad. All right, Paul's up to 30, renovates a 4-point action. The fence is not great, but he's probably going to get more wood before fencing, which is not ideal, but meh, whatever. I'm family growing. I have to grow here. Gotta grow. Gotta grow. Purple could, like, anybody can block my grow action. I gotta try to get it. If I get blocked on grow myself, I probably just block red's plow. I'm not actually sure there's anything better for me to be doing, really. I guess 4 wood into 2 more stables is something. Yeah, maybe just 4 wood into 2 stables if I get blocked on growth here. Like, 4 wood also blocks Paul from getting more wood then, so... If I get blocked on grow here, yeah, it's probably 4 wood into stables. I don't think I actually need to be afraid of red, but yeah, there we go. Purple's probably... Wow, purple's really greedy the fence action, but... I guess Paul will red fence, and who else is fence blocking, so... Whatever. I'm going to take my grow. It's too good not to take this grow. And then... Red's going to plow. Have to imagine they're going to plow. Actually, red might need to take 5 food. Red has crops and a reed to eat, but God, eating crops is horrible, so... Who knows, though? I mean, whatever. I think this is a win for us. I think I'm winning, but... I think I'm gonna win, but who knows for sure. Red is taking the plow, though, as expected. I think luckily Red's lack of food is really what's going to save me here. Paul definitely snaps wood, as expected. So I do need to just play shifting cultivation here, but that was if plow was taken. Gotcha. Purple's going to also green more wood for fences. Cool. I could attempt 3-stone reedstone food Reno. Wait a sec. Do I attempt 3-stone reedstone food Reno? Why not, right? What's the chance anybody takes reedstone food here? Paul is always red fencing. Wait a second. 3-stone, reedstone food, red shifting. That feels pretty damn good. That feels pretty damn like locking up the win here. I think I don't get blocked. It seems pretty surprising if I get blocked here. I'm gonna claim I don't get blocked. If Paul has field fences, I might get blocked. Yeah, that part's true, but if Paul has field fences, he cheated because I never saw bookcase or turn rest plow in the draft, so he can't have field fences. Also, if he had field fences, his farm's laid out wrong. So I think I'm pretty safe on the Paul field fences area. Pretty safe from on that front. Yep, and indeed, there's just the other spot. All right, I think I was winning anyhow, but this 3-stone reedstone food, red shifting cultivation should really have it locked up. Although, gosh, does shifting cultivation make my food bad enough? Do I have a food issue here? I think I'm okay still, but it's a little tight. It's just a little tight this way. I do not have a food issue. Well, that's great. I like hearing that. It's just it's going to be pretty close, right? But I'm glad to hear it's fine. Paul does hit 44 with 1 action left, but yeah, okay, I was still ahead of that. So it only costs 1 food because of the junk room. I have the extra veg to convert to a cow. Yeah, I agree. That does all sound correct. Okay, purple should take a sheep here into fence. Yeah, purple is going to hit constable. That's cool. Purple actually winds up with a decent score here at the end because, yeah, they totally can hit Constable. They throw away... Well, they have to throw away a breeding point. That sucks. But they gotta... Yeah, they gotta throw away, like, a pig here. Or a cow, whatever. That's... Yeah, but then they're gonna get fence 13 and... Or fence... Oh, that's ugly fences for major, but you actually fence 12 huge. Yeah, I mean, you got to take the sheep. You got to take the sheep. But yeah, then you fence stupidly large to cover. These stables are in weird locations, but whatever. You fence stupidly large. You hit major. It's fun. Anyhow, I get my Reedstone food into Reno shifting cultivation, and I get all the points then. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. All right, you think I could eat a raw grain? Yeah, I might be able to eat a raw grain. That's true. Purple stable locations make you angry with him. Yeah, that's fair. They can't hold two breeding pairs with fence 12. Yeah, I just realized that yeah, their farm layout sucks, but their farm layout really sucks. Like if they just had a stable here, they could just fence 13 normally, like and actually have breeding pairs. But whatever. Purple has the stable distance guard. Nice, very nice. Yeah, we gotta assume red's gonna take 5 food and then yeah grow with game trade, which is a pretty sweet finish for them. Paul is gonna just take the cow and hit 46. Oh, I'm gonna feed cow. I'm gonna feed Paul an extra point on my Reno because of recycled brick. So Paul is gonna hit. Oh, and animal dealer. Paul's gonna hit 48. That's cool. But I still have 48 beat luckily. So, but well done from Paul. Paul did finish with a good game. I mean, I was afraid of Paul's game obviously as soon as like red didn't start player to grow, right? Like it was insane. I like purple chose not to start player to grow, so I got to grow first, and then red chose not to start player to grow, so Paul got to grow second. Like it was the nuttiest shit this game with the growth queue. Like purple really screwed up by not just starting for growth. Like, hey Paul, yeah, nicely played on your end. Good game, nicely done. This was such a weird game, as I was just saying, right? Like, the people just like ignoring fighting for growth and stuff was baffling. Like, what a weird finish or weird like mid game. Like, purple SP not in round 5, right? I think they SP nothing in round 5, and then growth didn't flip in round 6, and they were like, oh well, I guess I lost, and then they just gave up. Like it was very weird, but yeah, they did. Okay, yeah, exactly. Like that was crazy. You can't SP Nada in 5 and then not followed up. Like this is but whatever. I look, to be fair, I remember being annoyed about the growth queue stuff back in the day because I didn't understand how to play around it well. And when you first learn Agricola, you're just like, I should start player for growth. Shit, it didn't flip. I'm in a terrible position now. What should I do? And then you just make the mistake of not re-upping start. And whatever. But this is why you don't start player in round 5 then. Just don't start in round 5. If you're not ready to squat, you can't you can't give up your game. But red not growing was even more baffling though. Why red didn't grow in like why red chose to let Paul jump him in growth is even more baffling though. Like I don't understand. I guess because they didn't have their rooms yet, right? That was the problem actually. Red had to play Carpenter's Parlor, then didn't try to SP. It was 6 wood, and he didn't try to SP build. He decided to just give up, which I guess, but oh, wait, red did not family growth game trade? Oh wow, yeah, red didn't grow with game trade? That's weird. I guess they must have decided they didn't have the food for it, but very weird. Anyhow, I have 1 extra veg. We turn it into a cow, and then we can cook a pig and a cow, and oh, we might not even be needed to do that conversion. We have so much extra food. Whatever. Whatever. I can do this because I can sow 2 grain and a veg. So yeah, all the people that said I was fed, you were all correct. I was fed. It was very much fed. They have the food to grow. Yeah, I don't understand why red didn't grow, but you don't know if bean counter was worth it, but at least you say you tried it. Yeah, I was dubious about it, but it was cool to play it, and it can't have been that bad. Although With a hearth, animal dealer, and milk jug, you probably just had enough food by just taking animals. But meh, I don't know. Your hand is pretty good. I wasn't sure you had the roof baluster. I thought for sure the reason Red built 6 rooms is because they had the roof baluster and was just going to make an easy and huge stone house. And then I increasingly started to realize, like, wait, I don't know if they actually kept the freaking roof baluster. And I was like, what? But guess it happens. But yeah, that was confusing. I don't. It looks like we were playing with players that were not as good as us. That was essentially what happened. And then, even though I was annoyed about being in fourth seat and having to start fourth and first picking a childless, and knowing that I was probably getting ock blocked on childless because of everything was off, like the start was awful for me. Having to go 3 wood, 1 reed, 3 wood, 1 reed, build room first action, not get childless second action was pretty obnoxious. But late growth at least made up for it. But the fact that, yeah, you could build a room in round 3 was just really annoying. Like, everything about the start was pretty sad, but including Red re-upping start player in round 1, but that was fun. It worked out. I got late growth, so that was nice. Giving up clay supports was pretty sad, obviously, but that turned out fine too. This bricklayer turns out pretty dubious in hindsight, but meh, who knew? Like, there were so many ways this game broke where the bricklayer was going to do a lot more, so whatever. I mean, ultimately I hit a 52, so like, childless is just very good. The food and crops were great. I got gifted first growth by Purple Shenanigans, so that was helpful. Swing plow is always huge. Swing plow, especially in a constable game, is great. And then it's a constable game. I was the first to fence. I got animal pairs. Like, all my opponents have rough animal scores because they didn't fence early enough. I have a pretty farm. Pretty farms win late growth. I also did get to max family and a 4-room stone house. I mean, like, that's part of why, like, I have very few improvements giving me ceiling here, which is rare, right? I only have 2 points of improvements, but I got the 3-point constable, and then I just have a very good farm. So it worked. You needed a little more wood. Yeah, the wood was there. I made the best of bad breaks. Yeah, not getting urgent wish in 14 or in 13 was also, that's true. That also, like, yeah, this game really didn't, like, the things that broke, like, that part was annoying, but I do have to give credit to the breaks this game, right? I mean, Purple made quite a few weird moves, and those certainly helped benefit me. Purple SP nothing, but then choosing to abdicate the growth queue so that I just got first growth with a single start player. That's very lucky. Like, that's a huge swing for me. There was definitely stuff against me, obviously, but getting to grow first because Purple's shenanigans was definitely helpful. That growing first went really well because that's the round that I got to scoop 4 wood, 3 reed, 6 clay. So I got really good actions after growing first, as you often do in late growth. And then, yeah, I was able to just get good enough food, get just enough wood too. Like, that wasn't guaranteed to work out, but the way the growth queue shenanigans went, I did get another 4 wood action, another 3 wood action. I luckily just didn't need that much wood either because I was able to fence small. I didn't need to build more rooms. So being able to just be the first defense, like, I ultimately, again, I got very lucky. Like, Purple played Manger and still had like enough wood to fence, but then used that wood on Groom and Bookshelf and just fenced super late. And so then I was able to, yeah, be the first defense. I got a 4 sheep action. I got to take the cow and breed the cows because of feed pellets. I got to take the pair of boar. So that part also did work very well. I could do SP spam a little late too, so that was fortunate. But partly because I mean, this was another classic game of me just saying screw start player for the most part. Like, I started for growth, and then I started just in the end game because I could. Because I was running out of better things to do. But anyhow, Nice to get a win at a pretty good table. The arena standings are still a mess though. Like, gosh, 1791, only good enough for 7th. Yikes, June and RageNet keep playing and keep winning. Which is, like, kind of understandable because they're both pretty good, but my opinion is both June and RageNet are a little bit worse on average than, like, Lumen, me, and EconSean, but they just play more. And then you get on streaks. They're also good players, so I shouldn't knock it too much, but some of RageNet's drafts, I just look at it and I'm like, what are you doing? But I guess he plays slightly differently and still gets strong results overall. But God, what a win streak he's on. Look at this. This is crazy. All wins. June's also on a crazy win streak, though. I mean, look at this. Like, June's rating tends to be here, and then all of a sudden, like, just, on a good streak. Which, whatever. That's how you win arena. You win arena by being a good player and getting on a lucky streak, and then camping. Like, obviously, Zazak earlier this season was up at, like, 1850, and now he's back down somewhere else. Like, the Agricola has enough, like, fluctuation that skill matters a lot, but also, I mean, June and RageNet have been gosh knows where else too. So it'll be interesting to see how much they try to push Silent. But I don't plan to get to 1850. But I do plan, like, I feel like I can, get to I can get to slightly above 1800. So I guess I'm trying for like top 5 this season realistically at this point, but Crystal Maiden is the real end boss. Yeah, I don't totally believe that. I saw the end of your stream the other day where you saw they have like a really high average score, but I'm very dubious about Crystal Maiden actually being significantly better than others. I've watched some of their games. I mean, they certainly play well also, but like I don't know. I'm dubious. Like, also part of the problem is a lot of these games are not arena games, right? So like this game right here, my guess is this has additional action spaces, and additional action spaces raises your oh wow, they are disabled. Okay. 67 is nuts. Maybe they figured something out, but I'm dubious. I'm dubious about them figuring something out. Maybe they really have, but it's hard for me to know how much to trust their average score over this period, though. But maybe. Although, like, they also play a million games against this player and never lose. Like, it looks like they have a group of friends that they just crush pretty frequently. So it's hard for me to. It's hard to compare their score compared to others, but who knows? You haven't played enough with additional action spaces to have a great feel for how they impact. You dislike them a lot. Yeah, I've played with them a bit in the past, and I don't, like, hate them. But it definitely is a different game. And it's probably a worse game. I think the game has less skill. I think it makes the game slightly more like kind of lucky. But you definitely have to draft somewhat differently. So, but yeah, I mean, it's just a very different format for sure. So, whatever. I don't play. Yeah, I don't play with additional action spaces. Anyhow, we will see how the arena standings shake out. But yeah, I'll play a bit more, but I'm not grinding that much harder. I'm still camping my can't stop position, not touching can't stop. Not touching can't stop unless people actually slide past me, but people keep making the mistake. They're in front of me and then they try to play in order to get to number 1 and they just fall down. I'm just gonna camp. I'm gonna take a top 10 and can't stop. That's the plan. And then a Feast for Odin, I haven't been playing much again lately because I do get tired of it. I really haven't played much this season at all. But yeah, the top of these leaderboards are gross. But I might play and try to. I could try to get past this one. I could try to get into the like top 5 pretty easily. That's not that many games. Um, but we'll see. We'll see how much I seriously pursue that. I think that's all I'm really trying for. Yeah, I'm not actually competing to that. Imhotep is just too hard to get games. I gave up. I've been doing some Seven Wonders. Sure, actually, speaking of, I've been doing some Seven Wonders. We'll do one. We'll do one bonus Seven Wonders round, before I head off. But yeah, it's been good. Otherwise, for people who aren't aware, we're having the kind of discussion in the forums about the Agricola ban list again because we're kind of towards the end of the season. So if you'd like, go put your thoughts in there because the only way anything happens on the ban list is community consensus. I think the community consensus is essentially to push for let's try banning begging student in big country for next season and see how it goes. I'm pretty on board with that. I'm still on the edge about how good Tiller is, but I'll admit toward the end of the season, I haven't actually seen that many big Tiller games. People are taking the day labor cards so highly at the end of the season. Like, even water worker and seasonal worker and cottager are barely getting passed anymore. So it's probably fine. I'd argue that people take the day labor cards too highly. And eventually they'll figure out not to again, and then Tiller becomes stronger again. But meh, we'll see. Anyhow, the point is, if you have an opinion, go drop it in, because that's how it's gonna happen. And yeah, that's what people are saying. I mean, most of the people seem to be agreeing that we should take out big country and begging students. So I think if, a dozen people post that and there's really nobody posting against it, I think it's pretty likely the admins will ban big country and begging student for next season. And I think that alone would make for an even more interesting game. Because there definitely are too many games where begging student just gets first or second, and there's way too many games where big country just feels inevitable. I suspect on average begging student's actually slightly better, but for whatever reason, begging student games don't feel as like inevitable during them usually. Like there's like, oh, maybe things could go wrong for them. Whereas some of the big country games are just so disheartening. They're playing an entirely different game. You can't interrupt or like do anything about it. And they do their own game and they just have a higher score than you, but they played a different game. I'm going to be really curious, actually, what happens if Big Country gets banned, because, God, the whole meta is going to... Like, Big Country getting banned is also going to shift the meta quite a bit. Like, the way people play is definitely going to need to be adapted, and I'm not sure a lot of players are going to be good about adapting to it, so that'll be interesting. Anyhow, this opening pack is awful. I don't want any of these cards, really. Like, none of this does what I want. I don't want to play a single ore. I already start with an ore. There's no other resources. Pointing the trading post at Halicarnassus is incredibly dubious because they might not play resource cards for me. I don't want to start with a points card, and I don't really want to start with a military card. I might just play the trading post anyhow. Yeah, I guess I hope they build resources. I mean, this might be the wrong move, but God, what a trash pack. Yeah, they're not playing resource cards. They're going to pass the resource card. But now I also have the option of doing this. Oh, this card's quite good here because I don't want to play those myself. And 2 of them are already available, but this is also very good. Splits are very good. Ugh. Okay, I'm happy I played this, though. Halicarnassus has made that very good for me. I'm going to have to play some of my own resource cards, though. This is looking incredibly bad, but... my neighbor's about to have 2 clay anyhow, and I might just get the other trading post card, which... Getting the other trading post card here is... This is a weird setup, but I'm doing it, I think. Like... My neighbor has a lot of resources played. Oh, although this is awkward. If I don't play My wonder is going to cause me huge issues here, but screw it. I'm going to play this other trading post. I'm going for mega shit. Do I play the military card now? Yes, I do. Halicarnassus is not going to play military, so okay. Any cards I think are going to have a significant jump if big country are banned. Uh, I'm not sure there's anything that's going to have like a significant jump. You don't think they should ban big country though, because growth becomes the only viable strategy? I think that's a terrible argument for why we should keep big country. Like, big country wins too much. That's the problem. It's like, I don't care that it's a viable strategy. It's a strategy that wins too much, and it's completely different than the rest of the game. Also, I disagree with the idea that growth is the only way to win. Um, Growth is important, but I think it's also good if everybody has to grow. Like, I think it creates a good competitive experience if everybody needs to grow. But also, like, 3-room games are totally viable. I still think small house games are fine. I think there are definitely going to be some scenarios where you can pull off 2-room scholar plow driver type stuff. Also, I'm being very slow. What do I play here? I don't think the military card's good. I'm just going to take 3 points. Oh, also, I could have actually built my wonder. Whoops. I could have stuffed 3 coins into my wonder. That might have been good, but I didn't do it, so whatever. Okay. I eventually need to play this if I want to build my wonder. Also, one of these is very good, though, too. It saves me on my wonder stuff later. I could also just stash the school here so nobody has too good of a game. But I'm probably just going to guarantee I can build my wonder. Gosh, I would have loved that card. I need money. I need money, but I'm not going to get easy money this game, so that's awkward. I will play stables here, though. I'd like to win the military battles. Wow, I can play trading ground and totally lock up military forever. Sure, I'm going to do that. I'm not sure I should, but I'm going to. And I can play a free statue. I will. And then I'm just going to build my wonder to end this stage, probably. Two-room strategies are still viable. They should be the exception, not the norm. I completely agree. I think it's really bad for the game when somebody is doing something like completely off. Like, if somebody can score in ways nobody else can, I think it's just actually pretty bad for the game. It leads to very weird things. I'm actually going to play the quarry here and then build my wonder and then save the final stage for the final round because I like having a last card to do something good with, and my economy is still pretty dubious at the moment. Like, my coins are very iffy, especially if I'm trying to, like, if I'm actually going to pay for much here. Luckily, the science is getting completely split up this game. Like, my opponents are not having great games, so hopefully I can. This is an awkward hand though. Like, 4 coins for the Builders Guild here is like probably worth it. Giza already built everything, but God, 4 coins for this is a pain. How good do I think this player's future is here versus this player? I'd rather give this player coins. I think they're more likely to pay me back also. 1 coin for a Decorators Guild. Hell yeah. 1 coin for 7 points is on my absolutely list. Anyhow, at cards that I think are going to be better. So, Begging Student being removed, I don't think actually changes a hell of a lot in terms of the meta. Big Country getting removed, I think, does change things quite a bit. Nobody's really going to be plowing as aggressively early anymore. So I think plowing and sowing early becomes a little bit better because of the fact nobody else is going to be. Like, it also means that trying to do it late is going to be horrible. Like, part of why I'm excited about Big Country being removed is it should actually make mid-game farming better, and it should make 3-room games better. Part of the problem with 3-room games currently is that there's too often this crazy player that shows up. Gosh, this player might be trying to fight me on military late. That's miserable. Please don't play military cards here. Anyhow, what's really annoying is, like, Big Country takes the animals out of the mid game. It takes all the plows out of the early game. It means there's no plow pressure late a lot of the time. And I left myself no good card to play out of this hand. Well done, me. I don't want to pass another military card for this player to bash me over the head with, so we build our wonder here, and if we were keeping better track, we hope to God we're getting past something good. Gosh, they did play a military card. Gross, gross. We do get a 5-point card for 2, or we could hope yellow. This guy is going to play a yellow card. But yeah, we should just do this. And then, oh wow, okay, this player did wind up with more points than I'd want them to get. All right, so we definitely should be paying yellow. I only win 1 military battle here. So I win 1 military battle. It's going to be close. I probably lose this game, but we'll see. You're of the opinion there are not enough cards in the early game that rewards early farming that interfere with Big Country. I mean, yeah, that's partly true. If we had more cards that interfered with Big Country, that'd be a nice way to combat Big Country, but we don't. We can't. That's not an option. So banning Big Country even temporarily is fine. All right. Unfortunately, Halicarnassus did crush with a science strategy, and we probably paid them slightly too much, but it doesn't look like we would have beat them anyhow. So whatever. I also I essentially wasted my first pick of the game. I mean, I used this a little just because I could, but whatever. Not too sad about getting second. 4-player 7 Wonders is funky. I'm pretty much happy if I get second. I mean, firsts are how you move up the leaderboard, but I am not too opposed to that result. So, okay. Anyhow, the problem is all of those cards are also insane Big Country cards. Yeah, I don't actually think that's what the Expedite means. I think the Expedite means that there needs to be more cards that reward early farming in this set. And I think he means stuff from like over on Play Agricola. So stuff like Cat Lover. Cat Lover, if you have 1, 2, 4, or 7 animals on your farm, you save 1, 2, 3, or 4 building resources per wooden room. So Cat Lover encourages you to fence first, get all your animals, play Cat Lover, and then you build rooms not needing reed and needing less wood. Like, that's a fun card that rewards you for farming first. Field Doctor, you fence in, if you plow in your house. You have a 2-room house and you plow it in, you get to grow. That's a fun card that rewards you for plowing first. There's, I think the Expedite wants more of that. And I agree. Part of the greatness of the early expansion decks were that players realized that also the original EIK had problems with only really rewarding family growth. And I agree, I'd love to see more of those cards. And if we add more of those cards, I'm open to bringing Big Country back. Putting something on the ban list does not mean it's banned forever. It's not immutable. But with what we currently have on BGA and the current format we're playing, I think Big Country and Begging Student are clearly too good and need to be removed. I expect Begging Student is probably just always going to need to be banned. I think it's just inherently too strong. I think Big Country probably is a little bit of a product of the current meta we're in. There's not enough cards that interfere with it, and there's too much a density of cards that reward small house strategies. If those things start to change a little with future editions, I'm open to Big Country coming back. But at the moment, I think it's just too strong in our current meta, and these are the cards we have. So that one sounds great for Big Country. You can't build rooms. So, the Field Doctor. Yeah, to be fair, Field Doctor is stupidly good for Big Country. Field Doctor is like the best Big Country card. But that's an example of a card that rewards you for farming early. I can't remember what it's called, but like another one of the cards in Play Agricola is like at the start of the round, if you have 1 empty plowed field, you get a clay. If you have 2, you get a wood. If you have 3, you get a resource of your choice. That card encourages you just to plow early, and then you get resources for having empty fields. Like, cool. So there's definitely some fun ideas and different stuff in other decks. And hopefully we eventually get some of those cards. I don't know what's happening. Like, I should really follow up on that. A while back, somebody from Lookout was asking the Play Agricola community for some of their fan-made cards because they were going to publish more decks for Revised using some of the cards. But I don't know where that project ever wound up. But that would be awesome because some of those cards are really good. And some of Ue's latest stuff from like D deck I'm not as impressed with. So it would be pretty sweet if that ever happened. But we'll see. Field Doctor is too great with Big Country. Yeah. You're thinking like Benefactor. Yeah, Benefactor too. Fresh Dirt Worker. Thanks, Fofo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But yeah, Benefactor would be another great card to exist. For those that don't know, Benefactor says if you have 4 fenced pastures, you can pay 1 animal for a wooden room. You only do that once, to be clear. But essentially what tends to happen is you fence early, you take the early sheep pile, and then you play Benefactor, and you hand in 1 of your sheep, and you have a wooden room. Like, that's great. That's awesome. That's a great card. And that also, like, can get in Big Country's way, right? Like, somebody else is trying to fence early and take all the wood to fence early. So, if and when we get some more of that stuff, I'm open to Big Country resuming. Although, even then, it's tough because, like, there's going to be games where there aren't counterplay and Big Country still just does their thing. But maybe if they do it less often and it's less oppressive, maybe it's fine. I don't know. Regardless of the current meta, I want Big Country gone. I still think there's plenty of room for interesting games. I still think you can do some early sowing and early farming stuff. I just think part of the problem also is that we're playing Arena, and too often growth, like, part of the problem is we're not playing expert level games. If we were playing more expert level games, you would also see a little more room for doing small house stuff. But I think part of the problem is Arena, there's too many people that just make mistakes. And if you have more actions, you get to capitalize on that better. If you have open rooms, you get to capitalize on when people mess up the family growth queue. And that makes growing extra strong. And that's really annoying. So the disparate skill levels in Arena also unfortunately lead to grow becoming like even better. So that's the other like awkward part. We play in a format that allows for very different skill levels to exist at a table, and that warps the games in weird ways too. I should try to schedule a few more games just against really strong players because the game is like slightly different in pretty interesting ways when everybody at the table is doing very strong stuff. But anyhow, I've blabbed on a lot. This stream has gone on much longer than it needs to. I'm going to head off. Later today on Terror Mystery Cat's stream for Terra Mystica, I will be doing Diplomacy crossed with Terra Mystica. It'll be an interesting thing. I think it's Nerdcube, Claybo, Bizzle, and myself. Essentially, we're playing Terra Mystica, but with open negotiation. So like we can agree like, hey, I won't dig your hex if you don't dig my hex. We can agree to I will dig your hex if you don't take Act 4. Like whatever. You can create any weird deals and backstab. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it should be interesting. It'll be an interesting experiment to see how that cross works if you can play Terra Mystica with open discussion or open threats. I don't know. But if you want to check that out, that should be happening around 1 o'clock Central Time today on Terror Mystery Cat stream. So I'll be there. Otherwise, I don't know. I'll stream a bit during the next week. That sounds miserable play, but fun to watch. Yeah. I will kind of enjoy it because I enjoy Diplomacy. But I don't totally know how it's gonna work because yeah, it could just be nuts. But I'm open. I'm open to it. Yeah. What is the channel? I should go find it. Terror. Yikes. Please tell me I follow. Well, wait. No, it's in the Discord. I can find it in the Discord. Okay, it's going to be. Oh, yikes. So many links, so many clicks. All right. You love diplomacy, but you hate politics and normal things. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's fair. I agree. The thing is, like, I totally get that opinion, right? Like, I also really enjoy diplomacy, but basically, I don't want every game to turn into diplomacy, right? That's basically the problem. Like, if I want to play diplomacy, I will play diplomacy. But if I want to play Terra Mystica, I want to play Terra Mystica. I don't want to necessarily turn Terra Mystica into diplomacy. Now, this exact day, apparently I do want to turn Terra Mystica into diplomacy. But turning every like Euro game and turning every game into diplomacy and negotiation is annoying. And so like typically, yeah, it's very frowned upon, and I think for good reason. But as long as you have a group that all agrees that they want to do that, fine. But otherwise, it's probably best to leave the negotiation and diplomacy to games that explicitly call for it. But one reason you'll never get into Settlers. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think Settlers is quite good. Settlers is an alpha on BGA. Once Settlers comes to beta, I plan to play a little bit. Because I've never actually got to play a ton of Settlers, and I think it's a pretty interesting game. But yeah, the game definitely has a kind of an annoying level of, hey, look at them. They're the real threat. Ignore me. Please don't hurt me. I'm doing terrible. Oh, hey, I won. There's definitely an annoying level of like trying to shift perception and try to make sure people are targeting others. So the top level is a lot of negotiating. Yeah, they're like the skills in Settlers of Catan are pretty easy to pick up, right? The basic ideas of like, oh, you want a diverse set of numbers and a diverse set of economy. The basic idea behind trading makes sense. And so really it comes down to who's particularly good at negotiation to consistently win. So anyhow. But yeah, I've left on even more again than I planned to. So thanks all for hanging out. Thanks, Paul, for the game. I agree. It's great to get one in with you. Good luck on your future ones. Good luck, everybody else. I will see everybody around. But yeah, I'm heading off. Later.